Hi friends, welcome to Cosplay Kitchen. Today I'm cosplaying Art3mis from Ready Player One, and we are making adult sloppy joes, which are going to be by far the best sloppy joes you've ever had. So whether you're using them on a date night to watch The Shining, or just some comfort food when you need to feel like a kid again, we're also going to be teaching you today how to flambe something. This is definitely an episode where you're going to want to be using your Zemeckis cube.
Alright, let's get started by browning the meat. You're only going to cook it about halfway, and then it'll finish cooking the rest of the way in our flavorful liquid. While this is happening, be sure to boil your water and cook your macaroni so that you can make it a little later. Once it's halfway cooked, go ahead, take out your meat, put it in a clean bowl. Use a paper towel to go ahead and wipe up most of the fat. Not all of it, because we're going to use it to saute our onions. Make sure that you salt the onions so that way it'll draw out some of the moisture. We're going to cook our onions until they just start to become translucent. Don't cook them all the way because that'll happen during the flambe. All those little brown bits on the bottom, that's called fond. It adds flavor and it'll come loose also during the flambe process.
Alright, we are going to be doing some flambeing. A little bit of information on flambeing. One, do not be nervous. It's not as scary as it seems. Make sure you have somebody there with you. Make sure that you have a fire extinguisher in good, proper working order. And last thing that I'm gonna do right now, make sure to turn off all of your stove. Right now I have my macaroni getting going, so I'm gonna make sure to turn that off for just a few moments. So turning off the macaroni, turning off in there. We're gonna be flambeing with bourbon today. So I'm gonna grab a hold, dump in my bourbon, count out 1, 2, 5.
Please start.
And there you go. We're gonna hold it away from the stove. Also make sure that while it's going, you also have a lid sitting by in case the flame gets a little out of hand. I like to give it a shake as it gets towards the end to release the last little bit of that bourbon. Once the flame is more or less died down, put it back on the stove. Wait for it to finish. Give it one last shake. And we can now turn everything back on safely. Now it's time to finish things up. We're gonna add back in our beef, our pickle juice, our relish, and last but not least, our barbecue sauce. I prefer mesquite barbecue sauce, but I know when it comes to barbecue sauce, there is a whole lot of debate. So this is your chance for your beef to finish cooking the rest of the way. Keep it on a low to medium heat while you finish up your macaroni.
Alright, let's go ahead and get that macaroni and cheese mixed up. Hopefully you boiled the water while your meat was cooking, and you cooked your noodles while your onions were sauteing. Go ahead and mix it up however the box instructs you to do so. Once you go ahead and get it all good and mixed up, you're going to want to go ahead and add it to the meat mixture. Let it set for about 5 minutes. Yeah, it's kind of an ugly dish, but you know what? We still love it.
I told you, it's ugly. Deal with it. Not all food has to be pretty. We don't always eat with our eyes, you know. Trust me, it's still fabulous. Yep. It's like Sloppy Joe's, only better. Fun fact though, growing up, I did not like boxed mac and cheese. I don't know. Either something was wrong with me or my grandmother just made really good homemade mac and cheese. Oh well, things change. I hope you had fun and I hope you give this recipe a try. It'll totally remind you of growing up and being a kid. In the meantime, if you had fun, consider throwing us up a like, maybe even subscribing. Join us on both Facebook as well as Instagram for updates and some test kitchen. And in a few weeks, we're gonna be throwing up some fun holiday shenanigans, so come on back and join us for that. And in the meantime, don't eat yellow snow.